Motherfucking Billy Ocean. You can act like you don't know. Spitting cardo, bulletproof German coupe, car those clothes. Take photos, car shows in my low lows. My 64 ride slow, bump the Snoop Dogg blowing dodo. It's like a fog machine that went off in my Koyo. Pull up after all the bars closed. To the civilians, underground casino full of real ones. You will suffocate in the building. Last one tried to infiltrate, I think I'd rather not say. Money on the plate like I never ate. Not a crumb finna go to waste. Chevy crates tell the interstate up where I stay. Muscle cars do the figure eights where I play. Live from New Orleans, rolling weed from the Bay. R.I.P. Nate Dogg, smoke weed every day. Living out what I say on these albums and tapes. Roll another one up while I'm smoking. Keep it going. Money and the power and some more shit. Staying in motion.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Happy Saturday. Ooh. What y'all got going on tonight? Hey Lex. Truth tell us. Why are you tired? You must have had a busy day today. Hi, my Saturday is going pretty well. Like I had a good day today. How about yours? I had a good day today. I'm recovering from I don't know what the fuck is going on. Okay, y'all know I'm a Virgo moon, so I am the type to like to diagnose myself. I can be a bit of a hypochondriac. That's putting it mildly. And I put this on my Twitter. I noticed, was it yesterday? Sometime maybe. Basically, the sun, transiting sun, was at the 29th degree of Scorpio at the time, which placed it directly on top of my natal Mars, which happens to be squaring my Virgo moon. And it had my stomach in knots, honey. Like, I don't know what the fuck I ate that triggered it. Actually, I do, because I had some tea, like some turmeric tea, and I put cayenne pepper in it. And normally, it really doesn't have an effect on me, but listen, I have not formally been diagnosed with IBS or any form of IBS. You know, I don't know, but that's really the closest thing that like it felt like to me, because I was like bent over, my stomach was in cramps. And Virgo moons, people with prominent Virgo, Cancer energy, like I always say, gut health is everything with us. You know, we are very much susceptible to having all types of gastrointestinal issues. So, and you know, in the earlier parts of my life, that wasn't really a big thing, but as I get a little older, I'm starting to really feel the brunt of a lot of that Virgo energy afflicted. So yeah, and now I'm sipping wine, y'all. I ain't got no sense. I really only need to be drinking tea, but it's Saturday. Yes, and let's talk about the fact that it's Sag season. It's Sag season. Like, hold on now. It's Sag season. Is that what I smell? Is it what I smell? Is it our time to shine? I believe it is. I think it is. I think it is. My birthday's coming up this upcoming weekend, guys. Okay. Feel free to bless your girl with a little Cash App donation. You know, show me how much you love me. Because the time is here, okay? Sagittarius season, baby. My stomach was in... Wait, where do you work? Well, you ain't got to say where you work, but what do you do, Irrational Kiss? My stomach was in shambles the other day, too. I was so hungry but couldn't eat because of the pain. Does anything, like, set it off? Like, what triggered it for you? Yeah, stick to what you know. I am. When Sag season start? Well, today, technically. Let me pull up the major, like the transit chart. If I'm not mistaken, it started today. If I'm not mistaken, today is the first. It is. The sun is at the 0 degree of Sag. What's up, Gabriel? Hey, Summer, what's up? I would love for you to break down my birth chart in a video. Well, you can always book a service. I'll put my email in the description box. Did I say description box? Is that what I say, y'all? Because that was incorrect. The description box. astroworld@gmail.com. I'm horrible at multitasking. Oh, I suck at this. But yeah. So if you're interested in booking a natal chart reading, contact me there. Thank you very much. I have Virgo in my 6th house and my digestion can get wacky. Tell me about it. Petty and clapback season, you motherfucking know it. Oh, Uranus in the 6th, that'll do it too. Nothing much. I am enjoying my Saturday night, Gabriel. How about you? What's up with you? Oh, you're a hairstylist off for a week though. GM, is that godmom? Birthday's today. She always said she was a Scorpio. I mean, with her being so close to the cusp, she might have a lot of Scorpio energy. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. Kombucha drinks. I'm telling you, like them heavy Virgo placements, we good for a little kombucha, honey. There's also these drinks at Publix. I don't know if they got a Publix where you at. You from the South though, so you know Publix. They got like Publix is, what is the name of, I can't remember the brand. I'm gonna get back to you on the brand, but they're like these seltzer drinks and they come in different flavors and they have like it's not kombucha, but they have their flavor differently, but they have the, what do you call it? The active ingredients, like the microbes and shit like that is normally found in, kombucha, like the healthy bacteria, the gut bacteria, Virgo shit that will have, you kind of right, your gut bacteria flourishing, the gut bacteria. It's really good. Really good. I gotta find the name of the brand. Let it relaxing. How much is it? Because I'm physically disabled. Oh, I don't have a job right now. Well, I do, free readings monthly. But I kind of do those like first come, first serve. I'm sorry about that. I mean, you could always send in your information, like email me your information with a question. Okay. And, hopefully I will get around to covering whatever your particular situation is. But breaking down the chart from top to bottom, yeah, that's going to be like a service. So I'm sorry about that. But you can get pricing information if you email me as well, though. What is it that you read, baby? How many lives you done tuned into? And this is the whole point of my channel. The whole crux of my channel is me being an astrologer, Gabriel. Like, I'm confused, sweetie. Give me that name. I'm on it, Captain. You're over this Meg situation. Yeah, I don't really give a fuck. Right. What you reading? Like, the fuck? I'm gonna read your ass if you really sitting up here on my live streams, but don't know what the fuck this whole channel is about and what I do. This the second one. Well, come on now. Like, I know we kick the shits here, but like, it's, majority astrology based content for the most part. Even in the last live, I remember you saying something like, "Oh, girls always talk about astrology, and y'all always talk about astrology." Nigga, this is an astrology channel. Wait, I'm confused. I'm so confused. I'm confusion. Hey, baby, FDR Pendleton, Lilith. Read me. You is silly, boy. I was watching this one reading saying she may be exposed soon. I will say this because I remember seeing a particular aspect in her chart. Because I've done several readings on Megan, and one thing that I did mention. Hold up, pause. Make sure y'all hit the like button on your way in. Okay, hit that like button on your way in, and we'll get started with the content for tonight. Once we get to at least 20 likes, because it's like 28 people in the chat. But one thing I will say in regards to Megan is she is a part of that Saturn Pisces generation, and her Saturn is squaring her Jupiter in Sagittarius, and that aspect alone can create a lot of karmic induced circumstances and challenges in regards to telling the truth. So, these are people who may struggle with being honest, or people where, especially, with that aspect, it can create scandal. It can create situations where a person is exposed, and just where, because anytime when we're talking about Saturn and Pisces, your karma is sped up, so the turnaround cycle on your karma is triple. And so because of this, these are people, anytime they do wrong, anytime they, act out of, a place that's not integrity based, it tends to come back to bite them in the ass. Especially if we're talking about things like, of course, lying and whatever. Now that aspect could also even deal with her having an addiction problem. I think Shorty's an alcoholic. And I said that if you go back to my very first reading that I did on Meg the Stallion, which is before she even got the feature of Beyonce and whatever, I observed that. But I don't think Megan is this super nice, altruistic, humble person that a lot of people may think that she is. Just because when you get into Aquarius, and she gives me certain characteristics and traits of a dark-sided Aquarius. They're just not, they're not built like that, y'all. That's just not how any of this works, especially with her Leo moon. She has her moon conjunct her Mars in Leo, opposing that Aquarius sun, which right there, and if you check out my Patreon account, because I did a video on sun in opposition to the moon. Very similar to other people like Cardi B. These are people who have a difficult time really being at peace, and people who can attract a lot of conflict wherever they go, because it's almost like a projection of a lot of the internal conflict that they feel. And in Megan's case, a lot of her issues and a lot of her problems in life are going to be friendship based. So she's somebody who I would suspect, especially as that Aquarius sun, who could have had a lot of issues amongst her friends, with that opposition to her moon and Mars. It could have been situations where I feel like she definitely could have had a mean girl thing going on, which is very interesting because she always calls herself the Black Regina George. But, just little stuff I feel like she is one of those dark-sided Aquarians who instigate beef amongst their friends, or people who are kind of fake and phony. That's why it's so easy for her because, to a dark-sided Aquarius, you're not really their friend. You could be their friend, but let's be real. These are people who can be very void of emotion in a way. Even despite her having that Leo, moon and Mars, this could just make her the type to if she can't control her group of friends, or if she can't, if she's not the center of attention, or if she's not really orchestrating what's going on and having the more leverage in the friendship, she could be the type to try to cause dissension amongst friends. But to be fair to her, it could also create situations where she attracts that same energy where, she has other girls or other people out to kind of get her, where she constantly feels like she has to defend herself against other people. It can be that opposition, that sun in opposition to the moon can be very tiring. But in Megan's case, she does give me certain vibes in terms of like that dark side of Aquarius woman. And I mean, I fuck with Aquarians just from an astrological standpoint. Sagittarius and Aquarius is very compatible, but sometimes I mean, I just be like, yeah, it's a little much for me. Then she has her Venus in Capricorn, and that is an opportunist all day long. A person who, once again, even their approach to friendship could be very opportunistic, that can be very elitist, and that also kind of gives me mean girl energy, that Venus in Capricorn, where you can look down on a person based on what they have or what's going on. Even with her being a Taurus South node, that can be very superficial. So she got a lot of stuff going on, like. And when it comes to that situation, Tory Lanez, I did a reading on him. I think I went into depth. I did a live stream, and I'm thinking about it. So I mean, go check that out if you care to. But he has issues too. He's a fucking psychopath. So I don't really think it's a situation. I think because we live in a very binary world, everybody thinks like, okay, well, I'm Team Tory, I'm Team Megan. Kind of like, it's this or that. It's that or this. There has to be a villain. There has to be a good guy. Well, I'm here to say that in that particular situation, I don't necessarily think that that's true. Obviously, if somebody shoots you, they're at greater fault. So, I mean, that's where I'm at with it. I'm not defending Tory Lanez or nothing, but Megan the Stallion she's not who a lot of people think she is, or maybe, whatever, maybe you are onto it. But in terms of like, oh my God, Megan is so nice and let's be very clear. She's doing this for a reason. Even when everybody was, she had y'all believing she actually went with Moneybag Yo. And I did a Sinistry reading on it. And I'm like, y'all, that's not a real relationship. Meg does what she has to do to get the bag and to up her status and to get to the next level. That's what she does, and ultimately that's where she's most loyal to, because you got to think about it. Aquarius is the sign of disloyalty, y'all. It's a sign of disloyalty. And like I said, with it opposing her Leo Mars and Moon, it could deal with situations where she may be disloyal to friends, but once again, being fair to her, it can produce situations where she has people cross her, where she, a lot of people kind of are disloyal to her. I just wouldn't put anything past her. And I noticed that I guess, narrative of her being a violent drunk has picked up, which I thought was very interesting, because Leo, people with very prominent Leo placements, because mind you, with her Leo Moon conjunct Mars, Leo is one of those signs that when they get drunk, they get very belligerent. If you are a prominent Leo placement, drop down in the chat and let me know. Or if you know anybody with prominent Leo energy and you can attest to this, let me know. But Leo is one of those signs when they get drunk, they can get out of fucking control. Okay. And this is speaking from someone who, the former friend that I had that I always talk about, who was a dark-sided Leo. The bitch was fucking crazy. She was an alcoholic, but it's like, of all signs to be alcoholics, Leo, people with very prominent Leo energy. So we're talking sun, moon, rising, maybe Mars. They don't do well when inebriated. These are people who can get belligerent. They can be loud. They can get violent. They can be over the top, like just sloppy, just embarrassing, drunk, doing too fucking much, and so I thought that was very interesting. Because I think that's true for Megan as well. I think that's true, absolutely true. And she even admits it. She's like, yeah, when I get off that Henny, ain't no telling what I do. Like, yeah, bitch, we know. We know, sister. In the thunder and rain, stares up my eyes. I can feel your hands moving up my thighs. I don't know why I've been on my Janet Jackson kick, y'all. I'm about to read these comments. Let's see. Yes. Okay, y'all. If you're just not joining me, make sure we get those likes up, thumbs up, please. I ate some motherfucking pistachios and OMG. My stomach started whooping my ass. Ooh. Ooh. Reading on Gucci and Jeezy. I will address that. I wanted to address that. Like the astrology behind this whole Gucci and Jeezy thing from somebody who is from Atlanta. I want to give y'all my perspective, but also the clear cut astrological perspective on the situation. What did Megan do? Well, she put out an album or whatever, and so that's gaining traction. And the court proceedings with she and Tory allegedly not allegedly, supposedly there were some headlines that said that like Tory pleaded not guilty, so it's going to go to trial. I lost my fucks like a long time ago. I'm just like, all right, so both y'all full of shit. Next. I don't give a fuck. Even her trying to hijack this whole like, protect black women movement because it's convenient to her. It's kind of weird. You talking about protecting black women, but girl, once you taking shots with Fabulous, well, granted, Emily B, I wouldn't call her a black woman, but she be cool with all type of weird, like misogynistic, abusive motherfuckers. But she just, but I don't really expect anything different. I enjoy the music. I really don't like the idea of buying into celebrities as people and personalities because I don't like a lot of people. I don't like most people. So, it's like, if I had to like every celebrity I listen to, I would have nothing to listen to. So I appreciate the art and then I just completely discard the artist, like completely. Unless it's Azalea Banks. Cause I'm finna ride for her like I'm getting paid for it. Period. I think if she had lied, her karma would have already come back to bite her in the ass, but she keeps on winning. Kinder, that's subjective. I mean, in terms of her career, being in a further spot, yes, but you don't know what the fuck she got going on mentally, emotionally. That whole like, oh, somebody's winning. From your vantage point, she may be winning. Behind closed doors, the bitch may be crying herself to sleep at night. I don't know. Who knows? And, ain't no turnaround time. Ain't no, like, there is no, for us to sit back and be like, well, the karma would have revealed itself by now. You don't know if it has. You don't know when it will. Who's to say that it won't? Like, who's to say any of this? Like, actually, like I said, I don't really give a fuck one way or the other. It's like, okay, if he shot her, he needs to take his little itty bitty ass back to Canada and go to jail. He needs to suffer whatever repercussions come from it. And I'm going to need her to just shut the fuck up and work on her music. That's really all I care about. The industry is giving her turn, but you don't see her lasting long. That's interesting. Hey, Famous Nobody. I actually enjoyed the album. My Name is Blossom. I don't think it's the best piece of work she's ever put out, but I like it. Like I see people being like, yeah, that shit sucked. Ew, it was horrible. I don't think it was a bad album. What I appreciated, I liked it more than I liked the last piece of shit she put out. And I liked it a little bit more because you could tell she actually tried to switch her flow on certain tracks, which I appreciate because she was finna me to death. It bothers me. So that was like a major criticism that I had of the last project. Like, girl, I'm sick of the one of the make it who know what that is got the edit. Oh, that got that but it did it. I don't. I'm like, girl, like, okay, we get it. Like, what else you got? Like, it was kind of, it was annoying. But I could tell she made a intentional effort to switch that. So I appreciated some of her like creative risks that she took. You know, and some songs was like, okay, cool, this is infectious. I can kind of get with this. Some songs, not so much. Like I said, I don't know in terms of like repeat value, if it's something that I will go back and listen to over and over. Like, oh, y'all, it's a classic. Good news. Like, I don't know about that, but I don't think it's a bad album per se. Like I said, it's a big improvement from whatever the fuck she put out before this, because that shit was horrible. So you like that flow? You like that? They don't get old to you? They get so old to me, and it's just weird. And it's just like, all right, girl. She been doing that flow ever since she was doing, when she first started doing freestyles out her car and shit. And I spent almost 2 years in Houston not too long ago, like right when Megan Thee Stallion was like a thing, like before she became mainstream, before Big Old Freak, or maybe this was like right when Big Old Freak was popping off. And I really got to see a lot of the ground support for her, like, you know, the love that they show her in Houston. And it was just like, you know, and maybe me soaking up the energy, like being in Houston around that time. And she was, I actually had like a vested interest. Like I really fuck with her. But like I said, I slowly started to realize, okay, she's kind of a weird person, but I don't, you know, whatever. I like her music. Yeah, her flow is good, but she needs to know how to switch it up before she get that. I'm trying to tell you. But actually, when it comes to the baby, yeah, his flow be the same. I ain't gonna lie, and his beats be the same too. It be doom 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 doom. You know how like the baby. I don't know the musical terminology, y'all. So for all my music heads, but it be like when the doom 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 doom. That's how you know you got the baby song when you hear some heavy ass doom doom doom. Huh? Huh? Let's go. Okay, like all right. Come on, sir. This is getting a little stale. What the fuck? What the hell is going on? Not Gangsta Boo. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I know Gangsta Boo was with 3 6 Mafia, but I don't know what the fuck that lady sing on her own. Hey, y'all, if you're just now joining me, make sure you click that thumbs up button. Thumbs up. She gonna say this is a mixtape, then release another debut album in a few months, probably. Big Pine. You said you can't handle your liquor. See? She was on a live drunk talking about how she makes men come before she does. Yeah. I have 4 or 5 days on the album, but I feel she could have came way harder at giving her last. I honestly, that Tina Snow ain't gonna happen again, y'all. It's not gonna happen, and it is one of my favorites too. But musically, there is something different when you catch an artist in their like the beginning of their journey, and the type of content that they create is gonna always be different. Like after they hit that mainstream arc of their career, like it happens for every artist. It just is what it is, and it's one of the reasons why I know it's selfish of me, but I selfishly kind of like for my artists to not be that successful, like my face. Because I'm like, once you go mainstream, it's not really going to be the same via, you know, maybe, you know, you're drawing inspiration from different things. You have more money and things at your disposal, but, you know, a lot of times it also translates into more people involved in the creative direction of your music or whatever the case may be. It's just a lot of different factors that tend to change the sound of people's music once they become mainstream artists. It's like, you know, it's just different. even with Big Crit, and I don't think Big Crit is mainstream at all, but over the years, you notice the difference between like now and his like early on, like 2011, 2012, like Return of Forever and all that other shit. It's something that's like I can't really put my finger on it, but you know, so Tina Snow ain't never coming back. So Meg was like, she said I remember her saying she was a red bone, and that confused me immensely because I'm like, bitch, we damn near the same color, so I don't really understand. Like, I'm a little confused because I'm just a little confused. Actually, it confused me. Jeezy a hamburger. I don't listen to female rappers or rappers in general. I feel like they're not versatile enough. Well, I don't think you've come across the right ones. Because it's a lot of hidden gems out here in terms of just rap, you know. I mean, if we're talking about quote unquote female rappers, I really enjoy Tink. And you know, I like different rappers that put me in different moods. Just you know, I feel like as humans, we are very multifaceted, multi-layered individuals. So I can appreciate almost anything from pop my pussy, pay me to like I'ma rob you. Like I mean, whatever you want to talk about. It's just like there's a lane for everything. And when I'm in the mood to consume A, B, C, and D, then I'll play A, B, C, and D. I had a friend whose brother was a violent Leo drunk, had to fight him on several occasions. Oh no. My Leo coach used to get drunk and cry over some bitch talking about I'm gonna pick what? See you. You're addicted to Michael Jackson in the weekend. You can't listen to a whole baby album, the baby album. Some artists are not album artists. I thought Tina Snow was the album. I mean, I thought it was a mixtape. But you know, these days they making mixtapes, albums. I can't keep up. I don't damn know. What does hold your liquor mean? Meaning that you don't know how to drink and be normal. Like, you know, you can't drink without acting crazy or embarrassing yourself or causing a spectacle. Like there, and you know, I'm once again with my Virgo energy. Virgos are the type of, and that's what makes it so dangerous, and what makes Virgos the motherfucking crackheads and drunks of the zodiac. One of them, because we hold our liquor really well to the point where we can have super high, like a super high tolerance. I will be drunk as fuck, and you wouldn't even know it, because like, especially my regular personality, you wouldn't even know it. You wouldn't even know it. Like I've had situations the next day where people would be like, "Oh, you was looking at me funny at that party," or you know, I walked past you and I said, "Hey," and you ain't say nothing back. I'm like, well, you know, I was fucked up. I don't even remember that. Like not in its entirety. So, or they be like, "Can you drive, bitch?" No, I'm fucked up just like you. I'm so good at hiding like my intoxication that I remember me and one of my best friends at the time, we were underage as hell. We was like 20. And we went to this mansion party in Stone Mountain. Was it Stone Mountain? I think it was in Stone Mountain. Or it might have been it was Stone. It must have been in Stone Mountain. Whatever. Down here in Atlanta. And like we, you know, used to do the little routine. We go to the liquor store. We was cute. I mean, we was some badass bitches. Like we was cute. We was some cute little 20s. And we used to like get the niggas to get us drinks, you know. So we had some niggas get us a bottle out the store. What was it? It was like Smirnoff. It was something real basic. And we, you know, took some shots in the parking lot of the club or the party. We go inside. We somebody buys us drinks while we're in there. And next thing you know, this bitch starts losing her mind. And like she throws up behind the bar. And she was like, I'm finna go out to the car. Give me the keys. I'm gonna go out to the car and lay down. And I said, all right. So I gave her the keys because I was driving that night. And so like 5 minutes later, I'm like, I don't feel right. Let me go out there and check on her. I go to the car and I see 12, the police, by my car. And they were like, basically, she was finna go to jail, okay? She was finna go to jail because of like public drunkenness and like then she was underage and all some more shit. So it was like 2 police officers and they were both black. It was like a real tall, skinny one and then like a short, fat one. And then the short, fat one, when I got out there, went to his car. So I was talking to the tall, skinny one. And he was an older man. So I'm drunk as hell, y'all. So right away, I'm like, okay, because all they got to do is ask me for my ID and what I got going on. Girl, we both fucked up. So I was just like, is there a problem, officer? He was like, yeah, do you know your friend is underage and she is drunk? She is whatever, whatever, whatever. I said, oh no, that's my little cousin. I made up this whole elaborate story. Like, she was tagging along with me. I don't even recall her having any drinks. I would never give her any drinks, blah, 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 blah. And so he was just like, okay, I forget exactly everything we talked about because I was drunk as fuck that night. But long story short, y'all, this nigga wanted to fuck me. Okay. And I think that had something to do with it too. But, he just started talking to me how he had a son that was my age and who was in college. And then the man, he assaulted me. Like, he just started reaching in, rubbing on my body. You know what I'm saying? Rubbing on my booty. And I was just like, and I guess that was, damn, was I victimized? I guess I was victimized. Because looking back, like, I couldn't be like, nigga, get the fuck up off me because I'm trying to talk my way out of a fucked up situation. And so he was like, well, just get her home as quickly as possible. And I was like, okay, we exchanged numbers. I was supposed to hook up with him, but police officers don't make enough money. They don't make enough money for me. So it wasn't nothing him and them little checks could do for me. But I was just like, all right, got in the car and the nigga watched me drive away. And literally I was like, hands on the wheel, shaking. Jesus, Lord, give me to where we need to be. So I just pulled up to like a gas station and passed out for like 3 hours. Both of us in the car just passed out. And she woke up the next day at home. And I was like, bitch, I had to let a whole cop play with my booty to get you out of fucking jail, bitch. So you wouldn't have to go to jail. Where's the thank you? Where's the thing? I was just like, but I said all that to say I can hold my liquor. I do real good holding my liquor. You won't even know that I'm drunk like that. It be times when I be sober that you probably think I'm drunk. But when I'm drunk, I be normal again. It's kind of weird. When I'm drunk, it's like I'm real normal. I get real like laid back and vibed out. Cause, it's that Virgo shit. It's just we gotta like contain ourselves. I don't like to be embarrassed. I don't like to be in situations where I feel like I have no control over myself or what I do and where I just look embarrassing, and I'm looking stupid. So if it's really finna go that way, I'd rather just so that's why I've never had any respect for a bitch to be, I'm drunk. Oh, fucked up. The bitch who need to be babysat in the club. I hate them hoes. Even in college, I hated bitches like that. Like, girl, get the fuck away from me, bitch. Ain't no fucking girl code of honor, bitch, because your retarded ass gets stupid every time we drink. And you don't know your limits. I am not taking care of you. Fuck the girl code, bitch. Learn how to drink. Weak ass. Kind of astrology. Your face when you be getting fucked up. Oh, that's funny. You like my story times? Thank you. It is an abuse. It was an abuse of power. Now that I think about it, I don't know why it ain't really traumatized me like you probably would have thought it would. Like, you know, when I'm at home at night, like, oh, I was violated. I guess maybe because, you know, you so young at the time, I thought I was hot shit. Like, oh, I'm a bad bitch, period. I'm pulling all these niggas, even the cop niggas. Like, what is you saying? Like, that's how my young mind operated at that time. Like, oh, I'm a bad bitch. Of course he wants this pussy. Of course. So we just gonna start with the sex shit early, huh? Talking about something. You ever had your toes sucked? But the answer is yes. That's the answer to that question. Yes, rubbing on my booty. What remix is this? Rubbing on my booty. I was like, officer. And he was old as shit, y'all. This officer was like maybe mid-50s, close to 60. And here I am, 20 at the time. He probably knew that, though, looking back. He probably knew that this was the club. This is a function all the little young tenderonis be at. Let me go. You know, they probably made a whole little act out of it. Like, oh, we finna go act like we gonna arrest a partner. And then I'ma just, you know, come in and swoop in, you know, be the good cop and, you know, finesse me some young coochie. But, and then not to say I wouldn't have gave it to him. He just ain't making enough money. Right. Nothing more unattractive than a sloppy joint, especially the older you get. In college, like I said, I mean, it was annoying to me in college, but if you're ever going to be that stupid, then like, okay, fine. Like, okay, you're a little kid. You kind of just blame it on that. But I'm like, bitch, we grown as fuck now. I do not go out with bitches that I gotta fucking babysit, bitch. Stay your ass at home and the fuck away from me if you drinking. You said you would have been turned on. Listen, my little hot in the pussy ass. Yes, the cop niggas. We cannot escape talking about sex every live, right? Police brutality on this pussy. Prom age, you got experience. Oh my God. See, y'all worse than me. Y'all is crazy. Oh yeah, I know you like older niggas, Rachel. It is a super scary situation for a woman to be in. Yeah, the cop salary didn't do it for me. I was like, he ain't got no money like that. Because at the time, I was talking to this dude who used to produce for Wayne, and he used to pay for me to, because I was in school at the time, so I went to school in Valdosta, and he used to pay for me to come see him at home. So matter of fact, I think this whole situation happened during one of those times I come back home for him. So at the time, you couldn't tell me nothing because I'm like, you know, the nigga had me thinking I was going to be on like love and hip hop some goddamn where, okay? So, you know, I was feeling myself. Like, I'm feeling myself. I'm really feeling myself. I'm like, oh, well, like, look at the niggas I be fucking with. Why would I fuck with a police officer? And I don't like, I'm either fucking with dope boys or fucking niggas in the industry. Like, period. Why would I fuck with or athletes? I used to like athletes, but that's that Sagittarius shit too, though. Sagittarius women, we can be groupies. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, but I was like a low key groupie, not an annoying, embarrassing groupie where it's like, hey, like thirsty groupie. No, I wasn't that type of groupie, but like we low key like niggas in positions of power, like that God complex shit. Either men who are very popular, famous, athletes, like all that shit. So, but I would just make myself available, you know, on some shit like where, especially like college athletes. Now I ain't do this with my baby daddy because he was a football player, but I ain't do that with him. But like other dudes I used to mess with, I would like get cool with some of the girls who fuck with their partners. So naturally they bring me around, and of course in his mind he thinking like, okay, this is, oh, this is just by chance I met her. No, bitch, this is by plan, bitch. You finna fall up in this pussy tonight. But I'll let him think whatever he wants to think. So I said all that to say, at the time, I did not embrace, like it didn't sink in that I was being used from like the power angle, like violated and exploited, just because I was the type. I probably would have did it. Like I just thought, and maybe that was me and all my homegirls at the time. We was just real hot in the ass. Like we was like city girls before city girls were city girls. Like we was hot in the pussy. You could ask anybody who knew me, like that bitch was hot in the pussy. But I just, whatever. I was just like, he can't do shit for me. Weed. Right. I'm saying y'all horny already. Let's talk about some niggas. Okay. The first two niggas we finna talk about is Jeezy and Gucci. It's for the bench warmers. Get out the bench, it's time to be a starter. The water boy, just go and get the water. Then you a reflection of your father. Pussy, this for the bench warmers. Your daddy said he wish he had a daughter. Oh. Chopper on the floor. Hood rich, so I never had a bank account. Yes, little shit. Wine hit your coochie. You once read in the newspaper about a woman who was so inebriated in the wintertime her friends left her on the porch and her arms had to be amputated. Oh my God. Cops are the biggest hoes in my, did you say my country, girl? Wait, what country are you? You not in America? That's very ignorant of me because I just be assuming everybody from America. Like everybody in the chat anyway. Some of them are fine as fuck and dumb and stupid. They gonna move in with you after a week of knowing you and they're gonna beat your ass in the first month. I could, police officers give me that abusive vibe too. I'll go straight to the cooler. Well, Jade Martinez asks, how do you know who your spouse is in your birth chart? You typically look to the 7th house in terms of like marriage or partnerships to give you an indicator of what type of marriage or partnership situations you would attract, but also the 5th house, because the 5th house deals with dating. And in a woman's chart, the condition of your sun and your Mars also says a lot about, your partners, your spouse, even Venus, because Venus is also another one of those planets that could tell a lot about the nature of your relationship. Right, this high class pussy. Come on. That's how you do it. Come on, girl. This pussy talk. What would they say? What the city girls say? What is pussy talk? English. French. I said French. French too, shit. Nah. I would not have been at compound at the party. Girl. It's always good to scratch an itch. Don't want to interrupt random idea. Tiffany Pollard, natal chart reading. Yeah, I can get into her. I like Jeezy, but Gucci don't need no feature. Period. Yeah. Okay, so in terms of Gucci and Jeezy, without getting too deep into it, because I have done a full-blown reading on Gucci Mane. Y'all check that out. Actually, if you're on Patreon, you can check that out, because I think it was one of the first posts that I made. But, I tweeted this. The way that whole verses played out was so symbolic of their natal charts, or at least their sun sign. Because Jeezy is a Libra, okay? And one thing about Libras are very passive aggressive by nature. And Libras are people who like to always maintain a certain level of decorum and respectability. Okay, these are people who like to, at least appear to the public to be very polished. Even when you think about T.I., right, which is interestingly enough, Jeezy's one of his best friends. But like the whole idea of like trying to present yourself as this model figure. I'm just a refined gentleman. The that type of energy that had a lot of people walking away from the situation thinking like, damn, good. I mean, Jeezy, he's grown, he's mature about the situation. That's that Libra shit, right? But it's like, because Libra is one of those signs that naturally doesn't like conflict. Now, he is an Aries South Node, which does kind of modify that expression. But if anything, it kind of just makes him passive aggressive. And the interesting thing about that is, I don't expect a lot of people who are not from Atlanta to know this, but as an Atlanta-based nigga, I understand the politics and the history behind Jeezy and Gucci. And I remember back when it was like a real big thing when Jeezy ended up allegedly putting some niggas, like basically he sent some niggas to Gucci's house and to either rob him, kill him, or both. And that kind of, goes back and ties back into my point in terms of that Libra, especially like dark-sided Libras. They are very passive aggressive, but very calculative. So this is not to say that they can't get shit started. This is not to say they can't be dangerous and lethal in their own accord. But a lot of times they're very round the bush with it, and they do it with like this kind of, they're just, they try to kind of maintain this like, I'm such a fair-minded and balanced individual kind of persona about themselves. And that's exactly what he did. And they're also very picky about, they choose their battles carefully. And that's another thing that I think when it comes to Gucci and Jeezy. Gucci is one of those type of niggas because Gucci is an Aquarius, okay? With his sun conjunct his Aquarius South Node. In other words, he doesn't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. And they can be very disagreeable people. They can be very stubborn people. They can be people where, if they feel wrong, they will be very cold, very callous, very, they're just very in your face about it. They will raise hell about shit. And especially if they feel like you're trying to keep them from speaking the truth, or if they feel tied down or bound by certain situations, or even just if they feel wrong, they will go out of their way to be nasty. They will go out of their way to do things that people, like they will exude very shocking behavior. And a lot of them, especially with that, Leo North Node, right, in Gucci's case, will do it to kind of gain attention. And that actually is how he's conducted his career for years now, where, Libras like to be viewed in a certain way. Libras want to be viewed. Libras are definitely in that business of, being, they want to control the way that they're being received by people. Okay, because how other people view them is very important to Libras, regardless as to what they got going on beneath the surface. But with Aquarians, and even some Leo men or Leo people, you'll see that they can exude very shocking behavior or resort to very shocking ways to get attention. Although I will say Leo is another one of those signs that likes good attention. But, tying it back to Gucci being Aquarius don't give a fuck, okay? They will do and say some of the craziest, wildest, off-the-wall shit in order to get attention, but in order to drive their point home as well. So they don't care. They don't care. Like, so I just thought that was so funny because the whole battle, you got Gucci on the side, like, yeah, send another hitter my way. I'm gonna put him in the dirt. Yeah, yeah, he a bitch. Yeah, this for the bench woman. Yeah, your daddy. And then Jeezy like, well, I own half of Atlanta, which is a fucking lie, bitch. It's a lie. Because I was thinking to myself when Jeezy started owning half of Atlanta. And then somebody did a little fact check, and this nigga only bought out like 2 houses or 2 properties. But once again, that's very Libra. Like, I'm so charmed. I'm just so, much more charming and refined. I'm such a more refined and balanced individual. And, I'm an upstanding individual. I'm classy. Libra is all about trying to like put on like this kind of classy, like, I'm above that. What are you talking about? Huh? What? And that's exactly how Jeezy was acting the whole night. Like, beef, come on, let's get over the beef. And what do you mean? Like, and it's like, no, you actually tried to kill this nigga, and I don't give a fuck how many years it was ago. It like if he still feels a type of way about it, it's valid. So now what? And I'm of the belief that Jeezy is one of those people. Like I said, that Libra shit, they pick their battles very carefully. So this is not to say that he doesn't feel a certain way or he doesn't carry his stuff in a certain way behind the scenes, but you won't know that. He's not going to show you that. Of course, he's going to be the super agreeable person. And the fact that I feel like he knew that Gucci probably would have beat the dog shit out of him. And like I said, I did Gucci's a natal chart reading for Gucci. That man is not wrapped too tight, y'all. He's not wrapped too tight. And that Virgo Mars, that nigga would, y'all see he ain't sit down. Not once. He was on fucking go that whole fucking night. I remember, and this is, once again, like back in the day, I remember Gucci punched this girl named Mac Breezy in the face. And, I just think it's very interesting. People got like revisionist history and whatever. And of course, I don't support him as a person or his actions, right? I just love his music. But, this nigga would punch bitches in the face. He caught a charge for throwing a bitch out of a moving car before. Gucci don't really got it all. I think he got the fighting in Lenox Mall before. Like, he don't really got, he not one of those people that just, like, he's off. He's off. Even though he's no longer like on the drugs and stuff like that now, he's still kind of off. And I think Jeezy just knows he's not going to win that battle. And of course, in terms of like mainstream hits, this is something else that kind of got on my nerves because everybody was weighing in on it. And it's like, unless you're really from Atlanta, you're not going to understand. Jeezy is the more mainstream artist. So obviously he's going to have more mainstream hits, more recognizable hits, top charting hits. I get that. So if that's your measurement for who won the battle, then fine. Jeezy won the battle. But in my eyes, Gucci won that battle, not only as a man, right? Saying like, okay, I agree to this, but bitch, I said what I said, so I'm going to perform every song I want to perform, including the ones that's, shading your little partner, your little friend who tried to kill me. I'm going to say what I want. If I'm going to disrespect you to your face. And there's a part of my spirit that loves all of that energy. But also from the standpoint of, Gucci didn't really do a good job of selecting like some of his best songs. But point is, certain shit that he was performing, like it got me right up in here, guys. My feels like it just took me back to my like it like I said, it's an Atlanta thing. It's like it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain unless you from here, like how important Gucci Mane is to the culture. Like that first day out, yeah, I'm back, bitch. Gucci back, bitch. Did you miss me? I miss my rat spit. Like you know, you're just not gonna understand. You're just not gonna understand. I wake up in the morning with a blunt of perk. Hey, no pancakes, just a cup of syrup. Yeah. You won't understand. All right. Libras can play both sides. That they can. Thank you, Summer. One day I should do a meet and greet with y'all. One day after the Rona, then sort it out. Girl, did he have a high rating? A high rating. Who? I'm always jacking your moon. Wait, who your moon? Libra? Gucci had me on edge that whole lie, but I mean, someone set me up to get killed. We never gonna be friends, period. Gucci was ready for whatever. That whole verse is facts. I would actually date Gucci Mane. Now I don't know why. I wouldn't date none one of them niggas for different reasons. I don't want no parts of Gucci Mane. Not no ma'am. No ma'am. He with who he need to be. Keisha Kior. Keisha, whatever the fuck her name is. Keisha Kior. Somebody said Elmo with teeth look like Gucci. I can't get that out of my head. I gotta show y'all the picture. Because it's true. And now I can't unsee it. Elmo with teeth. Woo! Chopper on the floor, pistol on the couch. Hood rich, so I never had a bank account. Junkies going in, junkies going out. Man, and I thought he was gonna play Go Ahead. Go Ahead. Go, y'all remember that song? Shawty got an ass on her. I'ma put my hands on her. Oh, her. I'm in the club, nigga screaming, who the hell is that? That girl with her ass all on the back. Hold on, I gotta find it. This Elmo with teeth, y'all. Somebody said this was like Gucci. Hell yeah, Gucci got hands. Look at like Gucci. Oh God. Right. Gucci always gonna be a legend though. Period. I don't care what nobody say. Period. Yes, sex and niggas. Oh, you in East St. Louis? Come on, East Bud. But Gucci all day. Period. Can somebody feel me in when they did the live? Yeah, y'all feel Sunset Tarot in. We ain't been on here too long though. That nigga really do look like. Let me find a picture of this now. Let me see if they got the meme should be up on here. My God, my God. Hey, Shayna. I didn't care how true this is, but I read that having whatever house your Saturn is in is the karma people can receive if they are malicious towards you. Yeah, I don't know about that. I saw somewhere somebody had said that on Twitter. Y'all know how I feel about astrology Twitter. I don't trust it. So, that's not really. I personally wouldn't say that. Saturn has more to do with your own karma as opposed to like the karma other people get for fucking with you per se. Because ultimately we are all governed in accordance to our own karma. Like, our own karma runs president over our lives. Saturn in Gemini has a lot of karma with siblings, cars, learning, speech, school in some cases. Some cases, I said speech already, but learning. Gucci is not cute. He ain't ever been cute to me. But that's just me. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Saturn in the 8th. I ain't never had an ex die on me yet. That's not necessarily what that means, though. Saturn in the 8th could speak more to there being lots of karma involved in terms of like other people, like the bonds and emotional attachments that you have with other people. Lots of issues with debt, credit, lots of issues with your, your vagina, problems with your vaginal issues, problems with the sex organs. I bet Gucci bite. Oh, you said you would let Gucci bite you with the veneer. Goodbye. I'm gonna need you to log out for me, sweetie. Hand me your phone. Give it here, Lilith. Lilith, give it here. Give it here. That girl says she gonna let him bite her with them damn veneers. I'm over it. Gucci remind me of Uncle L from Friday. Oh, child. That is so funny. I think I'm gonna do a birthday. Y'all want to do a birthday party live next weekend? Because my birthday's next Saturday. Literally. So it's gonna be a party. What do y'all think about that? And I saw like a long time ago, like way up in the chat, somebody asked about De'Ara and Ken. I'll cover them on my Patreon. So if you're not a member of my Patreon family, you should definitely sign up today, because that's where I upload a lot of the content that doesn't make it to this channel. I don't want to stop just because people in the crowd are watching us. I don't give a damn what they think. I want you now. I'm not gonna stop just because it feels so good inside of my life. I'm not gonna stop, no, no, no. I want you now. Anytime, in any place, I don't care who's around. I don't know why that song has been in my head. I get so angry because I can't play music on here. The music that I be wanting to play. I've been watching that video, that Anytime Any Place video. It was the most Taurus thing I've ever seen. It was so sensual. Like, because there is a difference between sensuality and sexuality. Yeah, it had a sexual element, but it was so sensual, and that's so Taurus. Taurus is a very sensual sign, whereas its polar opposite of Scorpio is more sexual. So like Scorpio governs like the Scorpio governs the orgasm. It's like the climax where you have Taurus being like, the foreplay, engaging your senses, the subtleness, the everything about that video. Y'all watch that anytime, any place video if you haven't. It like the plot is Janet Jackson is living across the hall. Like she has a neighbor, right, who's a fine ass nigga, and he leave the door a lot for her every time he come into the apartment. So when he come around the apartment, she peek out through the little peek hole, like, oh, hey, all right. I'm like, that's a nice little fantasy. And so then she'll go across the hall, and then he'll just be there like, what's up? What's up? And then they start like, but just, him having the food out, and he fed her strawberries, and he was just kissing on her. It was just so, and then they undress each other. And there's something about, because like, even when you think about, because they talked about the same shit. Like when we talk about like our parents' generation and their parents, they talked about the same content matter in their music, all the artists and stuff, but they just found different ways to do it and made it so it wasn't really in your face. I feel like now, especially with the age of Aquarius is one of those signs that is very raunchy, right? Aquarius is a very kind of grimy, like low brow, like, yeah, fuck me in my pussy, boy. You want this pussy, boy? Yeah, I'm the I'm gonna I'ma stick that dick in your pussy, eat your ass, suck your toes, want some, like, that's the music we listen to now. But when you listen to like even back then, like the words, the video, the direction that they usually had their videos go in, right? Even though like same concept, right? She clearly talking about fucking a nigga in public. I don't want to stop because bitches is looking. Nigga, keep fucking me. Keep dumping that dick down my back. What is you saying? But she said it's so cute. And the video was so cute. It was sexy, but compared to today, it wasn't like, today it would be like a full-blown porno. Back then, she could just show a video of her, with a dude kissing her. Like in the video, he was kissing her. And, they show a little skin, like her stomach, and maybe like her bra, or like the small of her back or something like that. But it left, you had to use your imagination. And like, although I do appreciate the lowbrow, gully of the new school era, I can also appreciate the type of artistry that went into trying to be creative and finding more creative ways to talk about sex and stuff like that from back in the day. That Piscean era. And that makes sense though, because Pisces is all about your imagination and creativity and, whatever, illusions and all that other good shit. So, I could appreciate both, but I was just like, girl. And then the part when she was like, cause you're so, wait, I don't want to stop just because it feels so good inside of my love. It feels so good. You feel so good inside of my love. Basically, she's saying that dick is hitting, babe. And it's in my coochie. Your dick is in my coochie, and that shit feels right. Like, it feels good as fuck. Now, I'm not going to stop because I want you. That's how a girl today would have said that, like, yeah, boy, this pussy, you get this pussy, boy. It feels good. Like, but she didn't even have to say all of that. Janet just said, it feels so good inside of my love. I noticed that too. Back in the day, they would replace coochie and shit for like stuff like love, or they would use the word love to describe some of the more graphic parts of sex. Like, like, okay, love my coochie. But I'm trying to think. Neo, when he was like, now this was like the early 2000s, but when he had that sexy love song, y'all remember when he was like, and I erupt like a volcano and cover her with my love. And I'm like, cover her with your love. Is this nigga saying he finna bust a nut on the bitch? Like, wow. But they dress it up with the like your love, So if I was like a 90s, early thousands R&B artist, I'd be like, baby, put your love all over me. I want your love dripping down my lips. I want your love in between my hips. And the love can be semen, the love can be dick. You know what I'm saying? They just use that word love. Like, all right, love. Give me some of that good loving. I want some of that love, baby. Give me some of your love. Like, no, good, hell well, love ain't got shit to do with this. You talking about skeeting on the bitch. You talking about that dick, bitch. What you mean? You feel so good inside of my love. Or what's her name? What was it? Evelyn Champagne King said, "Oh, you make my love come down." Like, she talking about squirting, okay? I hate to ruin y'all childhood, but she's talking about squirting. And this is just, according to my speculations, of course. But what else the fuck could she be talking about? Baby, you make my love come down. What else she gonna be talking about? Ooh, you make my love come down. Like, she talking about getting her, like, come on now. They were so creative. So creative. You got to think about it. Like, all those old songs, and that's why old people like oh my God. What am I talking about? Oh, the music these days it's absurd, but it's like, nah, y'all talked about the same shit, but they just found different ways to do it. The little code words. Like, y'all hoes is not. Today we just got rid of the love part and just actually replaced the love for whatever body part that we actually talking about. But my pussy boy with that big dick. Whatever the fuck, I'm a skeet on your face. Like, that's literally the only difference. The only difference. Talk about some your love come down. Girl, you mean that female ejaculation? Is that what you mean? Not a volcano. Yes. I was like, wait a minute. Your volcano? Like a volcano? Silhouettes and lingerie, yes. That's what I will say. I do love that. And I don't think Taurus, gets the appreciation that it deserves for being such a sexual sign, and sensual at the same time. Like, I love it. Yes, too close by next. Yes. Love, baby, when we're grinding. I get so excited. Ooh, no, I like it. Try, but I can't fight it. Oh, you're dancing real close. Yeah, real slow. You're making it hard for me. But even then, they didn't really say, like, yeah, you make my dick hard. You make my dick hard. Yeah, you make this dick hard. Like, it was like, how'd it go? Dancing like you naked. Oh, it's almost like we're sexing. Yeah, boo, I like it. I can't deny it. But I know you can tell I'm excited. Oh, girl, step back and dancing kind of close. I feel a little poke coming through on you. Like a little poke. Like, they never really explicitly said, my dick hard as a rock. Like, it was just like a cute little, like, oh, they just kind of talking around it. And then when you get old enough to piece the fucking puzzle together, you like, so this nigga saying a bitch dancing on him in the club and now his dick hard. Basically. Is that what you're telling me? Then midnight talking about, I can't get away from it with y'all. Y'all love talking about sex. I say it like I know, man. It's the clapping and snapping. Yes. You gonna get every bit of this clap and the snap. Oh yeah. Forever mine. Wait, I said forever mine. So last night, me and my one. I'm trying to think about how I go. We cried. What part did he talk about having? Oh yeah, he did say. Then we made love. Love like we never made love before. Ooh, yeah. Cry, cry together. Okay, he did. They did talk about crying. They talk about crying and fucking. That's facts. That's facts. Hey, Major Key. When she say, I'm gonna feel your rope burn. When she say that? Knocking Boots by Candyman. Wait, so that's not the same as H-Town. How the Candyman one go? Y'all remember that song? You know, I know it's gonna be good, girl. I can feel your waters streaming down all around. Here's my love and my qualified in your eyes. I can feel you deeper inside. Oh, how I go? I'm trying to get to the hook. Sure feels damn good to me when I'm pushing inside of you. Can't you thumb the way it feels? All I wanna do is be with you. Sure feels damn good to me. That's how I guess it's called pushing inside of you, but I don't know who sings that. And that was like old school. And that's when they started like really like upping the ante. Like, oh, so you pushing inside of bitches. Ah. Oh yeah, Rock the Boat was very, you said sample by Betty Wright. Oh, tonight is the night. Yes. Of course, Pony is. When you get into like the 90s, like the late 90s, I feel like that's when that shift started happening and niggas just started they didn't really bother with the, extra shit for the most part. That's when people just kind of collectively started like, you're like, fuck it. We just finna say exactly what the fuck we gonna say. I wanna fuck you. I think rap kind of, helped ushered in that era too. Because rap has always been very graphic. Michael Jackson made sex songs? Wait a minute, but he did have one song on Invisible where it was like, I don't want the sun to shine. I want to make love. It's this magic in your eyes and in my... Yeah, to the break of dawn. It's called The Break of Dawn. Go listen to it. Michael Jackson. Off that Invisible. So this is when he started looking like a white woman. I'm like, I know he's not talking about making love to no black bitch. Ain't no way. Because, don't even get me started. Yuck. Yep, MJ. I don't want the sun to hide and seek. Yes. Oh my God, I wish I could play all of this music. Oh, I want you to stay so we can play this little game we play. You go high and I will see. Let me be the one to make you weak. Yes. Yes, that was my song now. I'm like, come on, little gang. Come on, little gang. Yes, so the music back in the day was really nice. She said, boy, talk is cheap. So let's get right to it. Prince. Oh, yeah, Prince has some dirty ass music now. But even then, though, like I said, their music was dirty, but it was still like very like suspenseful and hella, artsy and kind of like drawn out. Like you didn't really, excuse me, you didn't really know exactly what they were talking about directly unless you paid very close attention. Pillow Talk by Sylvia. I ain't heard that one. Erotic City by Prince. I ain't heard that one either. Not Michael Jackson beat it. You was crazy. When Upper asked Michael if he was a virgin on national TV, he was like 40 years old. I think y'all don't want to know what I think. I'm gonna leave that alone. I don't even feel like going into all that. I don't want the sun to shine. I want to make love. You, him, and me, very direct and in the 80s. I'm about to listen to that. How can you just leave me standing alone in the world? So okay, I guess that wasn't a sexual song. I'm gonna be honest. I have a very limited scope of Prince's catalog. Like I know the major shit, but Prince wasn't somebody who really, like, my parents played him, but he wasn't an artist that just really resonated with me. Like, oh, I'm so inspired to listen to all his shit. Michael Jackson, yes. Prince, not so much. God bless him though. Yes, I like All Night Long by SWV too though. Diana Ross broke in. Whoa. Who said that? I mean, I'm not saying it's not plausible. I don't put nothing past nobody in this industry, but like, where did that come from? Prince soft and wet. Ooh. Soft and wet. How could you just leave me standing? So yeah, that's about all, y'all. I ain't really have too much to talk about. I ain't want to be on here too long. But before I exit, I do want to, I guess this will be a thing. I'll officialize it with an announcement. Next Saturday, meet me here, okay, around the same time, about 10-ish, Eastern Standard Time, because I will be celebrating my birthday. I will be celebrating my birthday, my solar return, okay? Kicking off Sagittarius season the proper way, okay? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and log out, head out, because I got some work to do. And I will talk to you guys, or I will see you next week. I'll place an announcement on the community board. And yeah, so there's that. Y'all have an excellent Saturday night / Sunday morning. And happy Thanksgiving. Well, happy eat turkey day, because fuck colonizers and Christopher Columbus. So enjoy time with your family, or enjoy time just being at home, eating, doing just nothing, whatever. Enjoy yourselves. Love y'all, and I'll holler at y'all later. Bye.